And that's what a lot of us, we missing out on, because we thinking that if God was going to do it, he's just going to do it. It ain't going to be that hard. And yet the birds of prey come down on the sacrifice that Abraham puts between God, because God was about to meet him here. And Abraham was having nothing about that. When those birds of prey showed up, he pushed them away. He fought back. And that's what we got to get to. Like, we got to get to the point that we trust God and his promises more than what comes against us. Because don't you know, when God speaks a promise into your life, those birds of prey are showing up. I promise you they are. They always showing up to devour. And don't get it twisted. Those birds of prey are opportunists. And if you give them opportunity, they're going to steal everything that God has just promised you. Everything that he has just told you. But Abraham, he said, no, you ain't getting what God just told me. And he drove them away. And some of you out there today, some of you watching this, have got to start driving away those fears that come in when God gives you a promise. Those doubts, those negative thoughts, those people that come against saying why you ain't the one, why you too stupid, why you too dumb. When you wake up in the morning, those thoughts that first hit you, thinking, who is this man looking at me in the mirror? And you have got to make a decision whether you are going to believe God or those birds of prey you're going to allow to devour the promises and words of the Most High. Like, you're going to have to choose. And too many of us are losing in this. Too many of us are getting our dreams devoured. We ain't walking in them. At one time, we dared to dream them, but something came and stole it from us. We let it. Some doubt crept in and said, you can't do it because you ain't got the right education. Thinking the education is the thing that's going to get you there. It ain't the education, my man. It's the Word of God that will get you there. And if you will hold on to it, if you will drive back those doubts, those fears, those anxieties that come on you, you will see the goodness of your God come through. Because Abraham drove this away, God walked through the middle and made a covenant with a flame and a smoke of fire pot full of incense. God met him. But it was because Abraham drove away the birds of prey. He had something to walk through, and you got to give something God to work with. You got to hold on to those promises. Faith is not just believing and sitting back and waiting. Faith comes from hearing, and hearing from the Word of God. That's what Romans 10:17 tells us. Faith comes from hearing, and hearing from the Word of God. So when God speaks to you, you believe that word over everything else, over any other voice that comes against it, over any bird of prey. You hold on to it.